These are 5 great tips to help you get your first win in Warzone Pacific or to help you win more consistently. Getting wins in Warzone, especially your first one, can be really hard, and it's often the little basic improvements you can make which will make all the difference. So these 5 tips are going to cover the essential parts of your game you might be missing out on that can have a huge impact on how well you play throughout the game and especially in the final circle. So the first thing you really need to focus on is your landing location. Ideally, you want to be landing outside of the circle and on a bounty. This is often the quietest part of the map because it's usually further away from a flight path, so you won't have loads of players dropping on you, so you won't die as easily right at the start of the game, so you can save that gulag for later on if you do end up needing it. This also gives you more time to loot up because you won't be under pressure from other players. You'll find the loot that you need and be ready to take those fights when you're ready to have them. And it also puts you in a really good position to play the zone. Playing the zone is essential for getting those easy wins because then you only need to play 180 degrees. Landing on a bounty is really good as well because it's essentially a UAV for one player who's nearby, and right at the start it's really good to get because you can see where one player is, and now that you can't get your loadout straight away right at the start of the game like you used to be able to, the scavengers aren't as valuable as they used to be because they always gave you loads of money. So now I think the bounty is definitely the best contract you want to be landing on right at the start of the game, but just watch out because they are very popular at the moment inside of Caldera. Like I said, keeping the zone to your back is massive because then you only need to play 180 degrees instead of 360, so you'll be a lot less likely to get shot in the back. So I'd definitely recommend waiting until you got decent loot, then moving in with the zone once you got the zone to your back. The next thing you need to focus on is your loadout, because if you don't have a good loadout, you're going to constantly lose gunfights to everyone else in the mid to late game. So what you really want to focus on is the structure of your loadout. I'm not going to cover the specific weapons because these do change throughout the game as the meta does change, but I'm going to go over the best type of loadout you want to be running to put you in the best position to get easy wins. So what you're going to want to be running is a long range assault rifle with a slight zoom scope and an SMG as your secondary, obviously using overkill as your perk too. This puts you in the best position for getting the kills in the most important situations, because when you are just going for your first win, you're probably not trying to go for crazy high kill games. Just want to make sure you're getting those kills in those situations where you really need to stay alive. Any kill that you're getting with a sniper is normally a kill you didn't actually need to get to stay alive, so definitely don't be running a sniper. Like I said, an assault rifle and SMG is the best combination that you're going to want to be running. The next tip is UAVs, and UAVs are essential inside of Caldera, and they're the main thing you want to be spending your money on. Everyone's always running silencers, so stay off the mini-map because the visibility is so low on this map. They can easily shoot the silence, so you can't see them on a mini-map, and they can instantly jump inside of a bush or something like that and hide from you really easily. So calling in loads of UAVs is really important for seeing people and being aware of them when they are around you, so that's the main thing you want to be spending your money on. And if you have loads of money, they can call in an advanced UAV by calling in 3 UAVs at the same time, and thus show everyone on the map, even players who are ghosted, and they'll appear on the map permanently with their direction of travel shown until the first UAV has run out. Then you've got ghosts and equipment, and with all the UAVs that are going to be getting called in those later zones, having the ghost perk equipped is essential. So to do this, you'll need to buy a loadout drop for $10,000 or use your second free loadout drop which drops in and pick up a class with ghost on. The second class perks will overwrite the first class perks that you picked up initially, and you can then re-pick up both the weapons you had from your first class off the floor, and you'll have ghost on with your 2 overkilled weapons. This is assuming that you're able to stay alive and not go into the gulag, or you got back from the gulag and picked up your weapons or another player's weapons which were good enough. Then you want to be prioritizing getting ghost. By the final zone, you also want to make sure you've got all the equipment that you need, which is a gas mask, a full armor satchel, neither an armor box or dead silence in your equipment slot. So make sure you keep looting on your way to each zone to find these, as they're super helpful in the final zone. And if you don't have them and other players do, you're in a much worse position and they're most likely to win the game instead of you. And finally, you've got how to play in the final zone. Now you're in the final zone and you're ready to get your first win. You're probably feeling quite stressed, panicking a bit and worrying about missing your shots. This is when you really need to just slow down, let the other players play out their game before you get involved. In the final zones, you need to be exploiting the enemy's mistakes and not giving them any chances to get an easy kill on you. There's loads of natural cover inside the Caldera, so use this to your advantage and hop from cover to cover, clearing your way into the zone so you can be confident the area behind you will be free of enemies. Let the enemies kill each other off and don't go for any unnecessary third-party kills which could give you away, but if you do see a good opportunity for a free kill and there's only a few players left, then go for it. Just make sure you're repositioning after you've got that kill so you can't be hunted down really easily and die really quick. You want to make sure that the final player is having to search for you, as this way you've got the best chance of catching them off guard whilst they're looking around the map for you, and then you will win the game really easily. So if you use these tips correct, then you should be in a much better position to be able to get an easy first win in Warzone and Caldera. If there's any parts of the game you want to see more an in-depth video for, then make sure you let me know in the comments. And if you have any questions just regarding anything to do with playing better inside of Warzone, let me know in the comments, because if you've got a question, I'm sure there's thousands of other people who also have the same question who could benefit from me doing a video on it as well. So thanks for watching. If this video has been helpful, then please make sure you leave it a like, share it with any friends that you think might need this video as well. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.